Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercut!
Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Today I'm sat over here. Here I am. This is a different backdrop. Stop panicking. We've just done the redesign of the room. We're just sat here for now. Before we get this is a pickups video. Before I get on with the pickups video, a quick little mention about I've not been. Apologies again. I've not been that productive on my channel. I want to get back into the weekly challenges and retro game challenges. We've got a couple of groups that I'm involved in. So I really like doing them. I really want to get back into that. The last one I did with God Likes 2. I did upload that late for the challenge, if you will. But I uploaded it. I had a lot of issues trying to get that in time. I didn't. Anyhow, so going forward, I do want to get into the more challenges I do now because I have a lot of fun with them. I don't win much. I don't win them, but it's just taking part and revisiting some of the games and just discovering new games. This is what my channel's all about. Also, I'm about to embark on phase 2, if you will, of my games room. So I'm going to be sorting out a few things in there in terms of just making it look better and more games roomy type, and that will I'll go into a bit more detail in that video. The next couple of weeks, all going well, I should have that up and running to show you, and that will in turn make me more hopefully a bit more productive on the whole game playing side, or the let's plays and that kind of things that I do on the channel. Got a lot of ideas involved. But anyway, let's back to the main point of this video, which is a pickups video. Now, recently I've had a bit of a windfall with money and stuff. I had a few rushes of blood, shall we say, in shops or or eBay or other places. So I've got quite a lot of games to show you in this one. There's no real order. I kind of stuck to the format, the different systems and whatever. But anyway, the first one, no real order, I'll say. Power Rangers, Dino Thunder. And there we go. There it is, on PlayStation 2. I've never been a massive fan of Power Rangers, to be honest. It's been going for 20 odd years, I think. I kind of like the rebooted film that happened a few months ago. As you can see there, it looked okay. I picked it up for £2 from a charity shop. Got to listen to what that says there. It looks alright. I don't know if it's supposed to be any good, but it's a bit too daft for my liking, Power Rangers in the main. I did feel the film was trying to be too gritty. Then it kind of almost going against what I thought the Power Rangers were, all a bit goofy, saying all stuff and transforming it into things and fighting these guys in suits and whatever. Anyway, that's that's for another video, perhaps. What my thoughts on Power Rangers. Anyway. The next one I've got is Legends of Wrestling, also for the PS2. Now, I don't know if you've watched my last pickups video, I had on there Legends of Wrestling 2, and I mentioned that I want to get the first one because it's supposed to be really good. So I got this one. I got into a retro gaming shop, in Stockport, where I live. I paid that much for it, $150. It's a bloody good deal. It was really good. You can play. As well, lots of classic ones, including 42 of the greatest wrestlers of all time, including Hulk Hogan, Bret the Hitman Hart, Legion of Doom, Kick Down the King Lawler, and all the rest of it. Got hundreds, but you got a few more on there. As I say, it's supposed to be really good. I do like the wrestling games and so on. Next game, PlayStation 2 again, Operation Air Assault. Now this is for me. I've never heard of this before. I got it recently. Desert Strike. It reminds me of Desert Strike. The Apache helicopters there. On one of the Strike games, and it looks like you can have different angles. So maybe you can put the viewpoint as though you're playing one of the Strike games, which I'm a big fan of. And I only paid 59p for it, so this is eligible for my maybe regular video kind of series called Is It Worth It? This could be part of it, so we can see, is it worth 59p? We will see. 30 missions, you set in war zones and things, very much like the Strike games. Very good, I like them a lot. I keep saying that. Anyway, the last PS2 game I've got in this collection, NBA Street Volume 3. I've played NBA Street Volume 1 and 2. This is Volume 3 anyway. I've got a few street games like FIFA Street and NHL Street and so forth. I thought I'd get this one because it looks like it kind of plays fast and loose with the actual rules of the sport. So it looks like he's doing a massive dunk there on a green sky behind him. Maybe it's some nuclear meltdown, Holocaust kind of thing. I don't know. I've not played it yet. You can create your court. You can play various things. This was made in 2005, so maybe it's got that NBA stars from that era. I mean, I'm not an NBA. I don't know lots about the NBA. I don't know. Maybe he's a popular chap. I don't know. Any NBA fans out there, I don't want to mean disrespect, or anything. Just let me know if you've played this and have the actual official stars in. I mean, it's got NBA.com, so NBA do know about this game. EA, is it EA? Yeah, EA Sports haven't just made this up and just say, yeah, bugger it, I'm just going to do it anyway for a laugh. So anyway, that was 59p again. So again, I could play that as a, is it worth it kind of thing. Now this next game, I'm cheating slightly, but it comes from long lineage of games in terms of things. Tekken 6 on the PS3. I love the Tekken series. I might do a video on that at some point. Tekken 6, I've not played. I've not got the only Tekken games I haven't got is on the main consoles. I know there's stuff on some of the handhelds. Tekken 7, which I do want to get, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which a lot of T's in there. I played the first one for the PS2. It's one of the launch games, I think, for the PS2. Tekken Tag Tournament. It's just okay. It's like Tekken 3, but with better graphics on the tag option. But anyway, that's for another video. But Tekken 6, I should say, 40 unique fighters. I've looked. It's complete with manual and so forth. So some of the returning characters are there, as you'd expect. So that'd be pretty good, Also, I'll put these to one side now. And the next ones again, no real order. Another pickups video, another NES game. It's not really planned that way, but just how it is. NES game, I've got California Games. Now there you go. I have played this on the NES, one of my mates had it from back in the day. I played it for, I think, the Spectrum and the Mega Drive. I know I played it on the Mega Drive. It came out in a lot of different formats back in the day. It's very popular. I was okay at it, I could never do the surfing one though. I only lasted about 3-4 seconds on the surfing level. Just couldn't get my head around it. I think there's a BMX level. There's a hacky sack when you just doing keep ups with a hacky sack and a few things. It's it's a pretty good game. I think I paid about £4, £5 for that one. So I thought, yeah, bugger it, why not? And the next couple of games are for the Atari 2600. Now I do have an Atari 2600 with various games and so on. So I just thought, let's have a look, see what games I can get for a hilariously low price. And I got these for a hilariously low price. First one I got is Pele Soccer. Now this is made in 1981. Possibly Pele had retired by this stage. I know he spent his last years, I think, playing in America in their the football league. I think by 1981, he's pretty much retired. But I saw this listed on eBay and I thought, okay, this sounds a bit interesting. I did look at some videos online of Pele Soccer, and it looks as you'd expect from an Atari 2600 game from 1981. Very much of its day. But I like the goal celebration, so I thought I'm going to pay £2 whatever it was for it. So I did just that. Now the next game I've got for 2600, Spider-Man. Very rattly. It works though, stop panicking. As you might be able to see, there's lots of sellotape on there. It's been taped together, and the seller actually did show me that anything, it does work. It's 1982, Parker Brothers. So I did watch a video on YouTube. It is online. Someone's uploaded a video on it. It looks alright. So I thought, Spider-Man, that's RT600. Why not? Now the next lot of games. Let's have a look. I've got a Master System game here. Tom and Jerry the movie. There we go. It looks like a jaunty little action platformer there. You go. And there's all the things happening. And Tom and Jerry. I'd say this is based on the movie, which I've never actually watched because I was a big fan of Tom and Jerry back as a kiddie wink. Yeah, so when I heard of the movie, I thought, yeah, this is great, but I never watched it in protest, I think, because they talked, in the film. I didn't like that decision, so I thought, no, you're not having my money, Mr. I don't know, cinemas, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so there's 6 rounds here, because these always used to be worded rounds on the Master System for some reason. Well, not all, maybe not all the games, but yeah. So yeah, ooh, that mouse. If there's one thing Tom can't stand, it's a rascally rodent named Jerry. And so if you were the cartoons, yeah, you know what to do. It's just lots of capers involved in the two animals. The next one we've got, the next couple are Mega Drive games. Now this is Super Kickoff. Now I do like this kickoff games. Yeah, so there it is. There's the graphics and whatever, so you can see that. Europe's #1 soccer game with battery backup, so stop panicking, has battery backup. I paid £1.50 for this, which is a bloody good deal, to be honest. It's kind of the going rate on eBay and other online things, but obviously with that you usually have to pay the post and packaging. Now that's from a retro game shop in Stockport again. But what this was, I used to have this. I've got rid of it at some point for some reason. But you can change your football shirts, and you can change. I think you can change the names as well. I can't remember if you can change the names, or it's like it's got a lot of fake names, almost like the real ones, because they didn't have a license to use them. But either way, yeah, it's a very good game. I do like these football games. The next one I've got, another Mega Drive game I've got, Skitchin. Yes, it's EA made this one back in the day. I paid £4 for this one. Got the price tag on there. Never played it, to be honest. I knew of it when it came out. It came out in 1994, I think I read before. About the same time as, I don't know if Road Rash 3 was out, or Road Rash 2. Road Rash 2, I mean, I'm a big fan of Road Rash, I know, but basically. And this is, it's the same kind of thing. I didn't know until very recently, skitching, because I didn't know how to skitch. Well, how does one skitch? What's a skitch kind of thing? So, but apparently it's a contraction of the word skating, or skate and hitching, as in you can hitch a ride. If you want to skateboard, hitch a ride on someone's car, you can do that. So you can pretend to be like Martin McFly does in the Back to the Future films. We're just late for school, or trying to get the almanac back and so forth. But yeah, so I'm nicking the almanac. So I can pretend to be Martin McFly and play skitching. Well, it seems pretty good. I do want to play that, so perhaps that's a video for later, for sometime in the future. Okay, the next games I've got are for the Super Nintendo. So I've got a bunch of them here. There they are. Right, I'm going to go through in no real order. So I was in the retro game shop and I saw this, £9, and I've always been wanted these Super Star Wars games for the Super Nintendo. These look really good. I've seen them on TV. I can't remember which program used to have this on, but I watched this on. But it looks really good. All 3 of them look really good action run and gun games. Super Star Wars, I think one of my mates had this, and it looks, as I say, really good. I have played a little bit of each one, I think, on emulation ROMs kind of thing, but I do want the real thing. As you can see, this is all boxy and stuff. This is an American version of the game. This is not that one, but this one. This is a UK cartridge. See the difference in there. US is kind of a little bit wider, and obviously more squarer and so forth. But I have got a converter. Basically, my thinking is, a little while ago I bought a device from China, which is a Famicom clone kind of thing. It has tons of games on it, and also with the cartridge as well. It's got a ton more games on it. But what the deal breaker for me personally was the fact that it can play Famicom cartridges, and I got a couple for that. And basically, they got me thinking. I mean, I've had a converter for the Super Nintendo and the N64 for a long time that allows me to play American and Japanese games on them. So I've just thought, as I'm getting Japanese games for the NES or the Famicom, a lot of platforms, the shooters, that kind of thing, I do likewise for the, the Super Nintendo and the 64. Now, Super Star Wars, once again, is American. We kind of speak the same language, obviously, English. So it's not a problem with this. Basically, the converter works. The one I've got is you put the UK cartridge at the back, you put the American or Japanese one at the front. Puts it in the converter. The converter puts into the cartridge slot, and it works. So yeah, this one works. It's up and running. Also, as you can see, I've got Super Return of the Jedi. Got this a few days after that one. Yeah, so this cost me a tenner on eBay. This cost me £9. The Star Wars one. Probably got me right on eBay anyway. Tenner, no one else but bid for it, which is kind of weird because I thought this would, cost quite a bit of money. But, I got away with it. £10 plus, I think £2 plus the packaging, which is a pretty good deal. Now, as I said about the Japanese games, the ones I'm looking for are like shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, racing games, that kind of thing, which doesn't require you to know loads of Japanese. So this is from Japan. This is a Japanese game, but it's also from Japan. This is Final Fight 2. Now, this is a Super Nintendo exclusive. This was this came out I think 1993. So I think the first one, what was that, 89 in the arcades. No, a few years after the first one. Now I do know of the first one on Super Nintendo. It's very cut down from the arcade in terms of you can only choose from 2 players. I'm not sure if you could have 2-player co-op on the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight 1. Basically, what they did was gave you the choice between Hager and Cody. The other character was Guy, but he was nowhere to be seen. I think the official line was due to technical limitations or something. Because if you know of the Final Fight game, they got massive sprites and everything. It looks wonderful and stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But they're saying they have to make cut downs. So they only had 2 players. Now they did bring out Final Fight Guy, which they just took Cody out. So instead of so you still only have 2 players to play. But you could you could choose Guy but not Cody. We still play as Hager as well. Anyhow, cut to now. I don't know. So Final Fight 2 came out. It does have 3 characters on. I think you have 2-player co-op as well. Hager's back with a couple of new characters. I'm not sure what they're called. I did test it and it does work. Japanese text and whatever here and there. But it's a beat 'em up. You don't need to. It's kind of simple-ish. I'm looking at more Japanese beat 'em ups. In good. All going well. Should be getting another Japanese beat 'em up at some point. Anyhow. Which leads me on to the other. This was £7-ish. I bought this. It's from Japan. It took about 2 or 3 weeks to get in here. This brings me on to another Japanese game I got. This one, Yoshi's Island. This one, So this is 1995. Yoshi's Island. Quite late in the day for the Super Nintendo. Not the last game ever, but basically what. This isn't working on my converter. It's registering it in there, but it comes up with a screen with words to the effect of this game isn't compatible with your Super Nintendo. And if you look, let's say 2 Japanese games, cartridges, all obviously identical size, but if you see one of them has got 1 main bit of card, is that showing up? And the Yoshi's Island has 2 little bits on the side of it. So I don't know, it's just the way it's designed. If I put the British or the UK PAL version there, you can see it's the same. It's just got the 1 main card bit there. Is that showing up? I don't know if it's showing up. And also the US version also has a little the US cartridges also have the main just 1 main card. Now I'm thinking because of the design of it, because it got these 2 extra bits on it, I can't play it. Now I've done a little bit of research into why I can't play it, and apparently I can't play it in any converter. You need an actual Famicom, Super Famicom to play it. I think there's some other games I'm looking for in Japanese because they're so much cheaper than the UK or maybe even also the US version of the cartridge. Or I don't think they're going to work either, the ones that I'm looking at. I think it's either because they were made quite late in the day for the Super Nintendo, or they've got the Super FX chip, or they've got some kind of chip within the cartridge, which isn't, I don't know, so technical, but I don't think it's possible to play on the converters basically. So I don't know. I'm gonna look into buying a Famicom. I don't know. Perhaps we'll see. I want to keep all of it. I mean, I paid about £6 off for Yoshi's Island, and it's well expensive. You know, even cartridge only for the UK version, because it was quite late in the day and it's supposed to be a really good game. I do want to play it, and it's a platformer, so you get past the opening scroll of what it says in Japanese, and you're away just like Yoshi doing stuff. Anyway, so that's them. That's them done. What I've got here is Amstrad CPC 464 games. Now, without any real order, let's go through them. Okay, so we've got a game called Raid. Play it like there's no tomorrow. I don't know. Russian, I think it's mid-80s, kind of, maybe a Cold War kind of thing going on, still like Rocky 4 kind of thing. So it looks like maybe a strategy game. I've never heard of it before, to be honest. These are all one complete thing that I bought. This is a job lot collection. Now and again I do like to look on eBay for any job lots, collections, that kind of thing, bundles, kind of thing for the 8-bit micros and so forth. Basically, the charity shops and all the rest of it, like around where I go, I don't get a lot of 8-bit or 16-bit stuff. It's apart from unless you're in a dedicated retro game shop or that sell that kind of thing. We can very, very rarely get them around where I am in charity shops. You get a lot of PS2 stuff, mainly, and the odd original Xbox stuff. But no, none of these tapes. Very little NES stuff, very little Super Nintendo stuff. So this is why I maybe go on eBay a little bit more than maybe some people. Anyway, so I've got Raid. Never played it. I don't know if it's any good or not. I played this one, I think, Continental Circus on the arcade. This is, it's a racing game, basically, a Formula 1-esque kind of thing going on. Looks pretty good. I remember back in the day, there's a magazine called Computer Video Games, which was, I still hold the title for either the UK or the world's longest running multi-format magazine. Anyway, but one of them issues back in the early 90s, I think, had an audio tape taped to the front of it. Now, the Computer Video Games didn't do a lot of free gifts that I can remember. Being a multi-format magazine, you had, the 8-bit micros and all the others, so, how would you share out the kind of gifts, some of it. But anyway, I had this audio tape taped to the front of it of arcade music on, and I'm sure one of the tracks was from Continental Circus, and I remember playing it over and over again. I liked it so much. Never played it on the Amstrad, so I don't know if how good the music is on there, but that should be pretty interesting to find out. The next one I've got is Ninja Massacre. There you go, look at that. It's like a 80s movie, 80s straight to video movie kind of thing. It's sorry, Chuck Norris, or I don't know, something like that. Ultimate Mask Oriental Combat, over 50 levels, touched with death and destruction. From the screenshots, it looks a little bit like Gauntlet. I'm not sure if it actually plays like it or anything. It's like a Gauntlet with ninjas or something, I don't know. The quote here is, the game is absolutely massive, ultra quick gameplay and hundreds of opponents, so much action, it's incredible. That's probably written by some of the cheeky scamps at Codemasters. They're kind of famous for doing that kind of thing on their own games. It makes it more comical and more things. The next one I've got is Trailblazer. There you go, Trailblazer for the Amstrad. I've played it. I think I played this for the Spectrum. I know I've got it. I think it's one of the compilations I've got from back in the day. I think you got a football-esque thing on a kind of isometric thing, not so much isometric, but on a map thing. I don't know if it's a puzzle or strategy kind of thing where you can do stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I know of it. I don't know if I played it or not. Anyway, I've got that one anyway. Mind Trap is the next one. It's a puzzle game. Not really heard of it, I don't think. Mastertronic. These are obviously budget level games. A lot of them. Or re-releases on the budget label. Starts with your brain with a series of fiendishly tricky puzzles. Only the quickest thinkers can survive in Minecraft, a game that calls for dexterity and quick decisions. So, I'm not sure if I have any of that. So we'll find out if when I get to play it. The next one I've got, next one here, Kickstarter 2 with a course designer. Of course, I don't know. Anyway, it looks like yeah, so motorbike going on obstacle courses kind of thing. Screenshots from Spectrum version, so they look alright now to me. Don't think we've got it for the Spectrum. Play it with a joystick or keyboard, the choice is yours. So yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I do remember, I think there was a TV show back in the day called Kickstarter. I'm not sure if that's the it's a tie-in. I'm not too sure about that one, but course designer, it's all right. It's you think your Mario Maker is all like kind of all modern stuff. Yeah, course designers and stuff back in the day as well. And there are other games as well. You can design levels and so on. Next one I've got is Sweevo's World. I don't know who Sweevo is, but there he is. I'm guessing that's Sweevo. And this is his world. It's all isometric platformer, puzzler, perhaps. You've got to do something or other. Yeah, it looks like Spectrum graphics again, but again it could be, yeah, screenshots from the Spectrum version. And you can see at the top there, it's a flippy. So one side is Amstrad, on the other side is Spectrum. And I've got a few games like that. So I think on the coding level, I think it was easier for coders to transfer one part of code from one system to the other system, or vice versa. So it's easier. So you'll get some games that look kind of similar. They look like the Spectrum games, but actually from the Amstrad. Even though the Amstrad, I think, without going too much to technical things, has the capability for more colour and so forth. But anyway, I digress. The next game I've got is Red Scorpion. There it is. I don't know if it's a vector graphics thing. Okay, I don't think it's based on the film Red Scorpion. It's a different type font, and yeah, don't know what that little spaceship thing is doing. The battle for the Bombix Moons is about to start. So you've got to stop the evil Necrons from mining the valuable mineral called Talonite. So I don't know, there's a bit of June thrown in there, I think, the spice kind of thing going on with June, if you know of June. Anyway, so that's that one. A couple more. I've got Grand Prix 2 Simulator, another Codemasters game. It's a new release, so believe it or not, it's a new release. Championship Grand Prix Simulator 2, something or other. As you can see at the back there, it looks pretty good. It looks kind of like the Super Sprint, Championship Sprint kind of things. I don't think I've played it, but it's got another quote from, I'm guessing, obviously Codemasters, because it says, "I'm utterly gobsmacked. This is really good," in capital letters. "I think that this is the best Oliver Twins game ever." It's quoted by David Darling. Now, if you know of Codemasters, yeah, you know who David Darling is, so yeah, they're not like, as I said, they're not like scared to put in their own quotes on their own games kind of thing. Last but not least, in this video for the Amstrad, Double Dragon. There we go. And I think these screenshots may be taken from different versions, so we'll see. There's the screenshots there. My cousin had this for the Amstrad. He had the Amstrad back in the day. I never liked it. I never liked Double Dragon on any of the 8-bit micros that I played. Not played the Commodore 64. I've read, I don't know if it's for the Commodore or the Amstrad, there was two versions of Double Dragon. I think one was supposed to be pretty good, one was really bad. I don't know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think so. But basically, I never liked them on the Spectrum. Never liked it on the Spectrum or the Amstrad. I think they were too slow, too sluggish. It took a while for the controls to respond, kind of thing, to your thing. And the thing with Squally Beam Ups, I did mention this on the Golden Axe 2 video. In a scrolling platformer, and you're best off trying to get all the enemies onto one side as opposed to just surrounding you, because they just hit you in the back and all sorts. It's a bit of rubbish. I just thought, it didn't really give you much chance on this version, on the Spectrum one, because it was too slow and all that. You couldn't really, get around. It's kind of frustrating. Anyway, that's I do actually have another game or two for that I got. This is a one bundle that I got on eBay. There's one of the games that I haven't got. I can't find it. It's upstairs somewhere. Is Tempest. I never knew it came out on the Amstrad, to be honest. Tempest is a game by celebrated developer Jeff Minter. He developed, he put in a lot of Atari systems and whatever. Tempest is like I think it's a shooter, kind of puzzle shooter, where you control this thing that's on the goes around the outside of this like kind of weird shaped tunnel, and you can fire down this tunnel at these things that are approaching it. Yeah, it's a classic game. I didn't know I wasn't aware until I got this packet. I didn't see it in the eBay listing. I thought that's not a deal breaker. I didn't even notice it was there. But yeah, I've got that one for the Amstrad. I never knew it was available. Maybe it's available for the like Spectrum and Commodore or something. So we've got that. Maybe another game that I can't find. But basically, yeah. This is all the games anyway. So anyone out there, any of these games, just let me know if you want me to make a video on them. There's some really good stuff on there, really interesting stuff. As I said about the phase 2 of my games room, that's I've got it all in my head what I want to do. I want to make, get some more research, how to do things a little bit better and so forth. I've been given tips from some YouTubers out there in terms of how to make things look better and things, how to connect things better, and make things. What I want to do is make myself more productive and all the rest of it. So so that's what I'm going to do the next couple of weeks. Also, I'll put out videos as well, challenges and so forth. So yeah, we'll be looking at things like that in more time, in my spare time, if you will. I'll be looking into getting the phase 2 kind of out of the way, kind of done. We'll do another video on what I've done for that from Games Room, because it needs something needs to be done, kind of thing. I want to make more videos in my Games Room as opposed to down here. I think once the room is kind of a lot better than what it is now, I do this pickup video will probably still be in this room, basically got for practicality's sake, but we'll see. That's for the future. So yeah. Back to the pickups. If there's anything on here that you've seen and you thought, I'd like to see a video on that, just by all means, let me know down below in the comment section down there. And I've got the like, subscribe, and the Twitter, Facebook kind of things going on. So do all that if you want to. Up to you. Say hello, maybe request a video or something. Like, subscribe, and comment, and tell your friends and everything. And in the words of Lenny Cyrus, say the word.